A few weeks ago, I got a call from Porsche and they asked me if I wanted to join them on a road trip called Le Mans Unraveled. I said yes, thinking it would be something quite straightforward, like perhaps a road trip over to Le Mans for the 24 hours in some nice cars, but no. What they decided to do was start us off in Burda in the Arctic Circle, and I probably pronounced that completely wrong. And from here, we're going to go all the way down to Tarifa at the very south of Spain to do a 5,000 kilometre road trip, which will replicate the distance that the 919 Hybrid did at Le Mans last year. Oh yeah, and we're doing it non-stop. Despite the sub-zero conditions, we started the journey off in a 718 Boxster S with the roof down. Roof down was a mistake. It's really cold, my hands are cold, my hair is ruined forever. Lovely view though. Great view. So we're in Sweden now. It's getting colder, it's now naught. It was -5 earlier, so it's slightly better than it was. Frozen lake, as you can see, just to gauge for us how cold it was.
And then everybody was going to plan out again. So 918 in front, and then everyone plan out on the side of the road.
We've kind of taken over the local petrol station a bit. Sorry, not sorry. But now, we are in the 911 Turbo. Okay, so this is a 911 Turbo S. I've not actually driven one of these before. I gather they're rather quick, so I'm just going to knock it down a few gears. Let's just say third, put it down to the floor, and Jesus Christ! So 1,000 kilometres gone, my voice is starting to go. Combination of having a cold and shouting so much in the Boxster, I suspect. My good friend Zed here from GT Spirit is going to see
shameless plug
if he can fit in the front of the Cayman, because I know I can't, but he's a bit more compact, aren't you? So
things come in small package.
that is true. It should be. You're not going to go.
This is so easy. This is actually like,
yeah,
so
but I can't.
Easy.
Hang on. I will.
No.
Oh, there you go. Right, that is a good frunk. Look at that. This is home for the night. Good night. So we're all freshened up and ready for day 2 of Le Mans Unraveled. We spent the night on these lovely tour buses you see behind us. While we were asleep, a team of drivers took over the cars, took them down here ahead of us. So they're all here, ready for us to go and take on the day shift. We're sort of near the Danish border right now, bottom end of Sweden. At last I had my shot in the 918 Spider and a stretch of de-restricted Autobahn ahead.
That flat pane crank 4.6 V8 is just, when it gets to 9,000 RPM before it's before you change up, the noise and the force of the acceleration is like nothing else I've ever driven. I mean, we're knocking on the door of 1,000 brake horsepower, so of course it's fast, but I wasn't prepared. I'm quite taken aback. I really hope we get another run. I don't think we all do, but if we don't, I'm pretty satisfied with that.
Thanks to terrible weather and a lot of traffic, that's as fast as the 918 would go that day. although he did had a cheeky blast in a 911 Turbo S just before the Belgian border.
So we've arrived in Liège with the 911 Turbo. This is what it sounds like now. I think I'm going to enter sort of full Barry White mode soon. And I think it's going to be pretty sexy, but this is what I'm working with right now. And tomorrow we'll be heading through France, down into Spain, and we should be ending up at Motorland Aragon to see the 919 Hybrid undergoing testing. So here we go, driving on, albeit slowly, driving on the Bugatti circuit of the famous 24 hours. That's pretty special at any speed. So here's a bit of interesting Le Mans history for you. These dots are where the drivers used to stand for the traditional running Le Mans start, and that's why we've got a lovely video of us running over like a bunch of goofs. Over here you'll see a plaque for the 1955 Le Mans disaster. 80 people died in that tragedy, and actually motorsport was banned across Europe immediately after that. But yeah, fortunately there's never been anything like it in motorsport since, and hopefully there never will be again. Onwards now, down towards Spain. As you can hear, I can talk again. Carney is all fueled up and ready for the next leg, but right now I have a hankering for something which I'm hoping to find in here. Do they have it? No, it's not there. Some salads and things. Oh, hang on. Hang on. What's this? What's this? There it is. Here we're done.
Candy up.
Now, Alex told me that I couldn't come back from France without some candy up, so I have this nice tall bottle for me, and I have this nice short bottle for Alex. So tall bottle for me and a short one for Alex.
Candy up.
Yeah, you know it's a bad traffic jam when people are getting up and walking around. 918 causing a stir, as you'd expect.
Back of the pack.
There's a reason for the hold up. And there's a cycling race on. So having started the day off in Le Mans, it's kind of nice to bring things full circle by going to somewhere else motorsport related. We are at Motorland Aragon. We're here to see the car that's inspired the trip, the 919 Hybrid. You can probably hear it. It's going around doing a 36-hour test. The idea is if they can do even more than 24 hours, if it can stand 36 hours, it can definitely do 24. So we're going to have quite a nice little evening just watching it go round and round. We'll be back on the buses shortly for our final night's rest, and tomorrow morning we've got a few hundred more kilometres to go until we get to Tarifa. Good night.
As you probably know by now, the testing paid off, and Porsche ended up winning the 2017 24 Hours of Le Mans, only to announce that it would pull out of the World Endurance Championship at the end of the year. However, in retrospect, that merely made our journey seem that much more special. The next day was supposed to be relatively straightforward, but in the early hours of the morning, we hit a bit of a setback.
So thanks to that little puncture, we've lost about an hour and a half, which means we've had to pile into the Cayenne e-hybrid crew car, and we're going to be rushing down to Tarifa. Quick photo op, hopefully we'll be able to make our flight, and hopefully we'll get a tiny bit more time in a 918, but that remains to be seen.
Right now I am tired, I've got a banging headache, probably in sleep for about a week, but that doesn't matter because we are here, we are in Tarifa. Africa is just over there. We've come all the way down from Norway, 5,410 kilometers, which is actually more than the 919 Hybrid did at Le Mans last year. Yeah, it just puts into perspective how far those cars go in a 24-hour period. It also shows that I would be a rubbish endurance racer. I feel terrible, I smell awful, but now we've got to say a sad goodbye to the cars. We'll be heading off to Gibraltar Airport, flying home, and I'm going to sleep for a very long time.
6 JDM gems that always get overlooked. The list of JDM legends is long, and while history might not rank these cars close to the top, they definitely deserve more love than they get. Mitsubishi Gto Vr4.